Let's talk about meditation for a second. So I had a few friends who asked me, about meditating and, asked me some common questions I get are like, or thoughts are just like, man, I just don't think I can like sit there and not think, you know? And it's like, well, that's not really what, happens. And that will actually pretty much never happen unless you've been meditating for, like a monk, like constantly all day, every day for years and years and years. I have not even done that. Although I have gotten to the point where I was meditating like 2 hours a day for like a year straight. But, that's not how the brain works. So most people just don't understand meditation on a very basic level. You're never going to stop thinking. You're never going to stop your thoughts. That's not even what the goal of meditation is. Actually, the goal of meditation is to basically relax your focus like a lens of a camera, right? That just has like a focus and it's like all blurry. Most of us are walking around with this lens. It's all blurry all the time. Like we're up and then we're down in like, the span of 30 seconds. We're focused and then we're not in the span of 30 seconds. And so what meditation does is it actually just completely focuses that lens of your mind. And how you do that through focusing on the breath. And so what happens is after about 30 minutes or so, usually takes, even longer for especially beginners, consecutive weeks of 30 minutes to build up to this. But after about a couple weeks of meditating for 30 minutes or so, what you'll realize is that around the 30-minute mark, you'll be experiencing peace. Not just the word peace, not just, I'm looking at the sunset, eating ice cream with my girlfriend, it's beautiful. No, you will literally feel inside your mind, your brain, your spirit, everything about you will feel peaceful to a deep depth, to an extent you cannot fabricate, to an extent you cannot talk about, to an extent you cannot take drugs to get to. It will be the sense of the camera finally focusing and you can see clearly and you can actually just calm your mind down. You're not going to stop thinking, but your thoughts won't have such blurry, jumpy, heavy weight. Your thoughts will have more clear understanding. Oh, I'm seeing this clearly. Oh, I'm thinking about this probably with a little delusion and fallacy, right? So this is what meditation does. It's the depth of peace, and you unlock it through consistent practice. You unlock it through really taking your time and building up. It's the same way that you build a body in the gym, right? And this is why so much of our lives, our spirituality, think about how much there is to learn in life. Think about what God, our Creator, wanted from us, right? He didn't just, it doesn't just take one day to, learn all the beautiful wisdom of your spirit and of life and all you need to ascend. It takes your whole lifetime. And so meditation is the tool to ascend that spirituality, is the number one tool to ascend your higher spirit and learn and grow and have clarity towards what you are meant to grow and learn and have clarity towards. But so many of us take the complete opposite route. And we wonder why our society has so many problems. And we wonder why individually we have so many problems. And we wonder why we're in therapy our entire lives. Because we're looking for the quick fix. We're looking for I'm just going to go to the festival, Burning Man or whatever, and take a bunch of Molly and shrooms. And then, I'm going to see, the light at the end of the tunnel after a weekend. That's not how spirituality, that's not even what you really truly want. You're not going to gain an entire wisdom of life and your higher path and higher spirit and the lessons you're meant to grow in a weekend. You never can. No one can. That's not the point of life. The point of life is to basically go up to the top floor of the tallest building in the city, but on each floor you're stopping on each floor and you're searching that entire floor for anything you can pick up and learn and grow and ascend into. That's how you live life. And that's why meditation, it may look like a slow, arduous process, but through focusing the lens and through finding peace each and every day with 30 minutes, with an hour of your time, what you're doing is you're actually finding the thing and going towards the thing which we all truly want deep down, which is basically spirituality, which is basically peace, which is basically fulfillment, which is basically happiness, which is basically joy, which is basically learning as much as you can, right? Like, that's how you avoid pain in life. You don't avoid pain by going to the doctor, getting on a bunch of pills, and going to therapy every week. That's how you avoid mild discomfort temporarily, which then slowly but surely will eventually come back and bite you in the rear, because you never faced the demons and the big mad monster in your closet, which was never really that big and bad as you thought it was. But because our society is so quick to jump on the quick fixes and jump on, TikTok, and jump on the NBA game, and jump on, fried chicken, and jump on whatever the heck, is the first thing we see that will be a cooling agent to our hot-headed mind that jumps around left and right like a, molecule under a microscope. Guys, it's clearly not the way. I mean, it just couldn't be any more clear. It's just not even up for debate. The way is to steady the lens of your mind through meditation. The way is to calm yourself down through meditation. And you will come out of your meditation, you look at the trees, you look at the sky, you look at the clouds. You'll be cold on certain days. You'll be mildly uncomfortable. But because you have clarity of mind, you understand how to move through the discomfort with intelligence instead of reactivity. And this is the importance of meditation.